Hi students, this is Leah Hepburn. Today we're going to be going over how to create a properly formatted works cited page following MLA, the rules of MLA style. So the first thing I want to do is point you to pages in your textbook that will help you with creating your works cited page. So if you have the 12th edition or the newest version of the Patterns textbook, it's going to be starting on page 725 and going all the way to 734. If you're using the 11th edition of Patterns or the older version of the textbook, you're going to be starting on page 774 and it goes all the way to 781. Both of these have an example of a documented essay following those pages, immediately following those pages. So if you want to get out your textbook and follow along, that might be a good thing, just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about when I point out different types of sources. All right, so for my essay, I have my essay here actually. This is my essay. It's on sex education, arguments for sex education in the high school classroom. It's properly formatted in MLA documentation. I have some good paragraphs here, if you can notice. Some very well written paragraphs. And here's the last page of my essay. It's on page 4. So I scroll down here, and even though I still have room on the 4th page, my works cited page actually goes on the 5th page, so the page after the last one of my essay. So here I have one of my sources already cited. Notice that my title for my works cited page is centered and it's works cited. Both words are capitalized. The word works is actually plural because I plan on having 3 sources, or at least more than one. Also notice that my header continues on to this page. This page is also in Times New Roman, size 12 font, double spaced, etc., going along with proper MLA format. So this is my first source, Nancy Kendall. It's a book, a print book called The Sex Education Debates. And I actually have here the card catalog, or the online card catalog, that allowed me to get all this information here. So this is a book in the library here at Laredo Community College, and I found the information for this book to create that full citation all here. So here's the information for the book. However, I used the example called Books by One Author. So in your textbook, if you have the old textbook, it's on page 774, Books by One Author. In the new textbook, it's on 729. So notice that in the example, Books by One Author, it has the last name of the author, a comma, the first name, a period, and then the title in italics, followed by a period, the city of publication, followed by a colon, the publisher, followed by a comma, the year it was published, followed by a period, and then the medium of publication, which for any actual book would be print. For any website, it would be web. So I got all the information here: last name, first name, the title, sex education debates, the city of publication, the publisher, the year it was published, and I want to put all this information into a properly formatted full citation. So here's my properly formatted full citation. And notice mine looks exactly like the example in your textbook, but with my specific information. All right, so I have 2 other sources though I want to use, so I'm going to go back and take a look. My other source is from CQ Researcher, Teen Sex: Do Abstinence-Only Programs Discourage Teen Sex? And the great thing about using CQ Researcher is that we have this Cite Now button. So if I click Cite Now, it brings up this dialog box that presents a full citation to me. However, it's defaulted to be APA style, which means I have to have one more step to get MLA. So I click MLA style at the top. And now I have a properly formatted MLA citation. So I'm going to highlight that, right-click, copy it, and then right-click and paste it here. However, notice that it's not exactly MLA proper, right? It changed the font on me. So I'm going to go ahead and change my font back to Times New Roman size 12. So I'm going to highlight that citation, change it to Times New Roman size 12. Okay, so that was pretty easy, pretty simple. And my last source is actually pretty simple as well. It's a document I found on EBSCOhost. So you'll see here This is my document on EBSCOhost, and I could go through and find out, what the title is, the author, issue number, the page numbers, etc. Or I could just go over here on this right-hand side. See how it says Cite when I hover my mouse over it? It says Cite. And if I click that, it gives me a list of full citations in different styles. So I scroll down to see MLA. I don't have to click MLA, it's actually already here. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this citation, right click it, copy it, and right click here and paste it here. Now you see how it says keep source formatting, merge formatting, or keep text only. For this one, I am going to, none of them, see the keep source formatting, it puts it in green. I don't really want that. This one, it keeps the italics. Notice that some of those words are italics. This one gets rid of all the italics. I probably need the italics, so I'm going to merge formatting. And now I still have to highlight it and change it to the proper size. So size 12. It's in Times New Roman, but it needs to be size 12. All right, so these are my 3 sources. Couple different things now that I have to do. It's really hard to tell where one entry begins and where one ends. So notice that I have 3 different sources, and notice in your textbook on page 726 or 774, depending on your version, all of the example citations have a couple things in common. First thing is every first line is not indented. Every second, third, fourth, and so on, all the subsequent lines are indented. We need to make sure that ours matches that. It's called a hanging indent. It's the opposite of a normal paragraph indentation. So here my paragraph first line is indented, the other lines are not. Here I need the opposite. The first line should not be indented, but the subsequent lines should be. So I'm going to highlight my full citations, right click, choose paragraph, and here I have indentation options. Right now my special options are set to none, and if I click this, notice that hanging is an option, and I want to have a hanging indent. So I'm going to click hanging and then click OK. And notice now you can see that this last citation has more than one line. These only have one line, so it's not going to have a hanging indent. But if they did have more than one line, those would have been indented as well. The other thing is I need to make sure that this is in alphabetical order. So I'm going to highlight these again and go up here to my sort button. It has the A and the Z and an arrow pointing down. I'm going to sort those by paragraphs and text, ascending, click OK. And now I have them in alphabetical order, F, K, S. Okay. That's how to create a works cited page. Make sure that you have in-text citations and full citations on a works cited page, just like you're seeing here. If you don't have those 2 things, your essay will not pass. So make sure that you understand exactly what's required. In your textbook, it has more information. View this video again to remember how to do the hanging indent, but make sure that your documented essay has in-text citations and full citations on a works cited page. Otherwise, your essay will not pass.